Okay, good morning everyone. So in this opportunity, I would like to present on how to test our students in terms of their oral performance. So here I display a PDF file from language testing book actually. So this book provides information about some examples of tests of oral performance of the students. First, the illustration is about social English specification. So there is two kinds of event that can be used to test students' oral performance. First is gaining information from non-book media and visiting and working in English using countries. Actually, these two are kinds of the topics we could give to our students. Okay, so our today section is about oral interaction tests. So it is about speaking. So I will focus on speaking. Actually, oral are classified into two skills, listening and speaking. But here I focus on speaking or such kind of combination between speaking and listening. Here you can see that for assessing or performance of the students, there are three stages. First is warming up. You can read here. Warming up means the stage at which the objective is to make the acquaintance of each person and encourage him to perform well, essentially to establish rapport. So here warming up means brainstorming. We warm up first at the beginning of the test to make sure whether they are ready. Establish rapport means they are ready to interact between the teacher and the student and between the student to the students they want to perform. Okay, and then main task. Main task is the testing materials. The real testing materials that we give to our students. And roundup. Suggested a venue to follow the participant is essentially encouraged to contribute his own individual views on the topic discussed, on the nature of his test. So main task is the real testing material. Roundup is the taking turn part. So probably you here might test two person at once. And there is proportion for one person to talk, and there is other proportion for the other to talk. Here is the example of the test. The first classification is about social English oral interaction test. Here the topic is about traffic flight. So you provide here the situation. You can read here the situation. You are at Amsterdam airport, having just missed flight to Brussels, had arranged to meet you. You now want to do two things: make arrangements for a later flight and contact Mr. Raymond in Brussels, please explain your situation at the information desk. Yeah, so you provide the topic, you provide the illustration, and you ask your student to perform based on your illustration. So what should your students perform? Of course, they have to pretend that they are Mr. Raymond, right? Mr. Raymond. So they have to pretend that your student has to pretend. He or she must pretend that he becomes Mr. Raymond. Not Mr. Raymond. Mr. Raymond had arranged to meet you. So you are not Mr. Raymond. I'm sorry. You are yourself. You wanted to meet Mr. Raymond. Yeah. But you have just missed your flight. Yeah. So you have to contact the information desk. Yeah. And here is the interviewer plays the role of the clerk at the information desk and faces the testee with a number of decisions during the interview. Yeah. So there is one person, yeah, who becomes the clerk at the information desk, and there is one person who is late, who missed the flight, yeah, who missed the flight. Okay, and here the example of second situation. Yeah, you can read here. I will give you the PDF file, don't worry. Okay. So here what I want to emphasize here in giving your students oral performance tasks in terms of speaking. So the focus is to make sure that you have provide such kind of clear illustrations. And after providing the illustration, you ask them to perform based on the illustration. Like what I have previously mentioned. So the context is clear. The context is in the airport. The illustration is also clear that there is someone who missed the flight and the person must contact the information desk. Okay. So the next is about occupational English oral assessment. This is the other example. How you assess your students. Okay, usually for occupational English kind of test that you could give to your student is about describing objects and simple activities, asking and answering simple questions, and using conventional politeness formula. Okay, so actually the way to conduct speaking test is the same. The difference is only on the context. So here the context is occupational English. And how about the previous context is social English. So it is only a matter of context, but the way to provide the test is the same. So you have to provide the context and the illustration, and the next is the instruction to perform based on the illustration, of course. Okay, and the next context is interview. Interview. This kind of context is commonly happen in our daily lives. We are common to use interview, for example, in testing for getting job, something like that, right? So interview needs such kind of conversation between two persons. So you could test two person, yeah, for one section, interview section. Yeah, okay. The next context is educational English. Yeah. The range of topics here may cover straight descriptions of text or visual materials, yeah, agreeing or disagree with a preposition, yeah, proving a point, drawing conclusion, critical appraisal, and so on. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's all for my explanation about oral performance tests in terms of speaking. Thank you very much for the attention. See you for the next material.